Good
No.
evening, ladies and gentlemen and ladies. Good evening. I'm Styrofoam Ralph. This is Cups and the gang live from the motherfucking hot box. You already know I got my dog, Radical Jack, Cactus Jack,
Come
DJ
on, dog.
Radical Jack in the motherfucking building, representing live on the ones and twos. This motherfucking segment is brought to you by not GTA 6. And you know I got my dog, one half of Sports Reports as ordered 2-5, Mike Will, representing live in the motherfucking building. This segment was also brought to you by you know. So, my dog, Radical Jack, while I am rolling up this ganja wand, I want to get your take on something. Since you are a movie buff, comic guy, I have an obscure video I would like for you to listen to.
Video. Okay.
I always had this in the back of my mind, and finally people are starting to talk about it, bro. Yeah. When in Endgame, whenever he goes back in time to talk to his dad, and his dad was like, "Yeah, I have a kid, being born," and then Tony Stark looks surprised. It's because that's not Tony Stark that he's talking about. Tony Stark was adopted by the Starks, but it wasn't Tony Stark. His name wasn't originally Tony Stark. It was Victor Von Doom. The
Hey,
Bucks
turn it off.
made the Starks.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That just pissed me
Is,
off, bro.
is it BS, Radical Jack?
That just made me so mad, bro. I'm like, where's he going with this?
Is he trying to lay the
Where's he
foundation for the
Yes.
multiverse of this movie coming up?
Yes, plot twist. They've already stated that it is not Tony Stark as Victor Von Doom. It is Victor Von Doom. It is not.
It's just Robert Downey.
Yeah, it's just Robert Downey Jr. playing Victor Von. You know what I'm saying? There's no correlation. Victor Von Doom was going to be born in a totally different Earth, the Fantastic Four Earth that we're about to see. That's where he's coming from. He's going to go through the multiverse. He's going to get America Ferrera. He's going to kill her. He's going to get her power. Then he's going to be able to travel through the multiverse. Then Victor Von Doom is going to go ahead and get Thanos. He's going to get Kang. He's going to get a bunch of niggas. He's going to put them all together. And then we're going to get Secret Wars or we're going to get Doomsday. I don't know which one yet. Either
I
way,
think
that
Doomsday is
take
already on the calendar. Doomsday is already on the calendar.
yeah, that
Well,
shit
both of
that
them
he's
are
talking
actually.
about
Secret
is
Wars on the calendar too.
yeah, it is. But I'm saying I don't know which one. I don't know the plot of each one. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right,
either
right.
way, one of those is gonna have that where Thanos and everybody come back. But this nigga, hey, you know what? I'm not even gonna talk shit about him. I'm gonna applaud him because that's what TikTok is for. It's to give
But we,
misinformation and make it sound good.
Okay.
So
but
I'm
to,
not mad
but to
at him.
be clear though, just for my sake, the only even in the comic books, in the entire Marvel stratosphere, the only thing that ties Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom together is Robert Downey playing him in a cinematic feature.
No. There's a world where Tony Stark is Doom. There is one,
Okay.
but he's still Tony Stark. He's not
Right.
adopted Stark
He's
man.
not a
Like,
different person. Like
he wasn't talking about Tony Stark. He was talking about a different guy. Oh yeah,
I
let's
know
take it.
you.
On. Let's leave the comic books
I
and
know
let's
what
just
was
go
that
to the
baby's
movies.
name too. You got to tell us
No,
the baby's
like you don't
name.
even have to do that. You can leave the comic books and you can just go to the movies. In the movies, he is their son. That's it. You know what I mean? Like,
No, because
what?
I was like, because I was like, bro, I don't think that's what the movie's going to be based on. Is going to be him as like waking up as Tony, or like the situational irony is that he's Tony the whole time, but he doesn't notice that he's Tony or something like that. Like I know, I was like, bro, that's not what's
Bro,
going
you know
on.
how bad that movie would be. People would riot. People would riot. They go, what? I waited all
But I
these
mean,
years.
how would they? But honestly, like, how would they tie together? Even especially since he was talking about in Endgame, how would Tony Stark, even when he was to come back, like after like at Mister 300 or whatever, and he came back through the porthole, how would they tie that into him becoming Mister Doom in the Fantastic Four anyway? Like that don't even make sense.
Yeah, yeah, that was like I said, bro. That was a crazy take, bro. That was crazy. I appreciate it.
Oh
Like I
my
like
God.
creativity just as much as
What
the
up, Residente?
But that was crazy.
I know.
Hey.
Hell, where you been, K? San Jose representing live from the
Jose.
motherfucking building.
You know what I'm saying? But Victor Von Doom, you know what I'm saying? That's a Victor
We got a
Von
better-
Stark.
We got a better chance of MF Doom coming out and playing Victor Von Doom than that. That was
That's
crazy.
Rest in peace, MF Doom.
Like, that was crazy. That nigga said, yeah, he was adopted. And yeah, well, nigga, what? What are we doing, man?
I don't know. I'm kind of interested to see who this adopted kid became.
The Winter Soldier. He killed his own parents.
No, let's just give him a chance, okay? Let's just give him a chance.
Yeah,
Hold
let's
on.
hear this out.
Tony Stark look surprised. It's because that's not Tony Stark that he's talking about. Tony Stark was adopted by the Starks, but it wasn't Tony Stark. His name wasn't originally Tony Stark. It was Victor Von Doom. The person that made the Starks adopt Victor Von Doom was King the Conqueror because he was fucking with the timelines. He was trying to make it to where instead of the original Tony Stark being Tony Stark, it actually became Victor Von Doom that became Tony Stark that was adopted by the Starks in order for Doom not to overtake his power.
Mean.
Ooh.
Nigga dropping bars, nigga. Why is his name Doom if he was adopted? That's stupid. like,
Victor Von Stark, man.
well, where's that at? You know? Nah, his real name is Victor Von Doom, even though he was adopted by a nigga named Stark. Yeah.
You know,
So
I'm excited for this movie.
Residente didn't like that take.
Yo, that's a wild take, yo. Like, I don't even know how you come up with that, but I mean, he should be writing movies. Then he obviously got creative skills.
Terribly.
Shout out to Stan Lee.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Like, But anyway, hey, Residente, my guy Joe Hendry lost the title last night. You know what I'm saying? He got whooped by that trick.
Not whooped by the trick.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Like, I don't even know. Like, my man was like impersonating Booker T for half the match, though.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
like he did the spinner Rooney. He did the axe kick. He did the bookend.
You guys in wrestling, man.
AKA the rock bottom.
Fucking rock bottom.
Like, it was so hilarious because, like, when Trick did it, the announcer was like, "Oh, what a bookend!" And then Joe Hendry did it like 3 minutes later, and they were like, "The rock bottom." And it was like, it was like the same thing, though.
So,
but
I just got general questions now about the association or the federation. Is it the association or is it the entertainment?
No, it's the entertainment.
Okay, so the entertainment. Who would y'all say has been grinding the hardest, like on all the undercards or like working real? Like who would you want to give a shout out to for somebody that you feels like trying to get up there, like on the mic, so far as on the mic and so far as like actual performance in the ring?
I mean, bro, it's a difference of opinion, bro, because like people will sit up here and tell you Jey Uso's terrible on the mic. I don't think so. I think that Jimmy is better, but I think it's because Jimmy's funnier. I don't think he's necessarily better on the mic, but he is a funnier guy on the mic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about preference to me.
I don't think Jey Uso's bad on the mic. I just think his matches suck.
Yeah. That's hate. But I mean, I let 2-5 be a hater. It's okay. Like everybody.
No, if I had to bring it up to highlight somebody in the ring, I would probably highlight Chad Gable. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he mini Kurt Angle, you know what I'm saying? Like he only like 5'9" probably or something like that. So, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to push that dude at the top of the card or whatever, and he's a little older now too. But he's been around for a minute, even back with Kurt Angle.
That's kind of what I was talking about. Like the journeyman, y'all would shout out like some people y'all feel like what is it like in wrestling? Like to where, because we all know, like in the major leagues, football, baseball, whatever. I mean, not even baseball, but like kind of baseball. Like you can either go straight from high school to the top, or you could spend your entire career AAA. Like,
right.
how like what kind of guys like you said, like Chris Gable, like would you compare to him?
Chad Gable is definitely Kurt
Chad
Angle.
Gable, I meant to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
not good on the mic to me.
No, I'm not saying on the mic. I was just saying like in the ring, like he been grinding and you know, say he's entertaining.
I like the Grande Americano thing right now. I think.
Yeah. And then as far as on the mic, I think I would like to see Montez Ford get more mic time because I think there's a lot of potential there. But I don't know on the mic, like
So yeah, all right. So let me try and ask a different way. I'm not saying that you're not answering my question though. What would you? How would you describe the ascent of the typical? And I'm saying typical because obviously, I'm not deep into it like y'all are. The typical character, because what I'm saying, like I want to say wrestler, but I know it's a lot that goes into building who you are, because I know people go through name changes and stuff like that. Like
like people forget Triple H started off as the French guy. That was ass,
yeah.
So, like, is it really like a thing of staying with it? Because there are guys who be there for a long time and never make it. You know what I'm saying? To the top.
I mean, look at somebody like Jey Uso. You know what I'm saying? He's been around since what, like 2013, 2014. And he's just now, getting to that stratosphere, of being like the most over guy on the roster,
right.
The champion, the guy that you're trying to build the show around. Like he's just getting to that point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even though I would argue, because Jack be calling me a hater, but he be calling me a hater because he don't never listen to me. You know what I'm saying? So the time to pull the trigger on Jey Uso was Jey Uso should have been the one to beat the tribal chief.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the story started. You know what I mean? So like to have that complete finality or whatever, it would have just made story sense. But that's where the politics get involved, to get Cody Rhodes back. You had to promise him a title reign and all that kind of stuff like that. So you make him the guy that beats Roman. And Jey also kind of had to shift. You know what I mean?
And now I guess that would have been another question. So it's like when you talk about working people into the card and also into the story, into the universe, like writing them into the script, like do you see them giving people more opportunities? Like, all right, man, we're trying to branch out. Either we're trying to do something new or trying to bring something back. Do you see them giving people more opportunities to have big spots, or are they trying, not necessarily gatekeeping, but trying to highlight stars more?
Yeah, I think so, because now you got I said all that and Jack wasn't even here when I here when I said all that.
My bad. I had it, man. Look, my son, he was doing the most, and my daughter was over there.
That's what I told you, bro. He be calling me a hater, but he don't be here when I be trying to give shine.
If he was giving Jay shine, then hey,
I was saying that he was the one that should have beat the tribal chief.
Oh yeah, he did technically.
No, I'm talking about like yeah.
But I kind of like the whole take Jay to the other brand and let him dominate this side and let Roman continue to be Roman, because we already know what's going to happen. Roman's going to get the belt one more time.
Right. But to answer your other question, Cups, I think that there is, because the internet exists now, you know what I'm saying? So people have more of an avenue to make themselves popular. Like, back in the day, it was just what you did on TV. Or, if people saw you at a house show, it's like, oh, that guy stood out to me. But now with the internet, TikTok, all that kind of stuff like that, these guys have avenues to build their brand.
I definitely feel that. So, like, as far as, like I said, with character building and stuff like that, how often, especially now, like, is going heel something that you have to do to get yourself in the door? Or is it maybe something you have to do, you turn your career around? Or is it just depending on where you are in your career? Or
yeah, I think that because like it's easy now because there's stuff like AEW, TNA, ROH, all that stuff. So instead of developing you or building you up, I let you build yourself up over there.
Right.
And then I bring you in here when the people know you.
The top. You know,
right? Like just like AEW right now, they're about to bring in Mariah May at some point this year. Or look at Joe Hendry now. You know, he was a TNA dude that, you know, he's been in the Royal Rumble now. He fought at WrestleMania now.
I think Joe Hendry's going to be just like AJ.
Well, I think Joe Hendry's going to be. I think they're going to do Joe Hendry and John Cena at some point. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the new Cena versus the anti-Cena. You know, as far as their popularity. You know,
I personally don't have I don't like the whole John Cena's ass thing. You know, I love John Cena. I think John Cena does exactly what you're supposed to do. He's become the biggest dude in the world. Then he takes the latter half of his career doing nothing but putting people on. Like, he literally just puts everybody over. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are like, well, you know, they think it's trash or whatever. I think that's dope.
I don't know who he really put over to be like, not that he hasn't put anybody over, but I don't know if
he
he's
didn't
put
put
over
like nobody big, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
he would lose to people, you know, like
so that was my problem when Cody beat Roman, was that I thought that was a moment reserved for somebody that
mattered.
Just like back in the day, right? We used to have the King of the Ring. And like the King of the Ring was what propelled Stone Cold or something like that. Like that was the milestone that you hit, that this guy's about to be a main eventer, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. But with Roman, it was just like, all right, like we got the AEW guy, like he was the biggest star in AEW, so let's have him beat Roman. But I don't know what it did as far as making a future star, like outside of.
I think that Cody's star was already up because
that's what I'm saying.
He didn't. You're right. Like, he's not a future star, but I think it definitely helped. And then him losing the belt, I think it makes sense. Who said it? I think.
Well, it made him the new Cena in a way. Like, he was the guy to take the baton of the big fan favorite that everybody loves, that kisses the kids and all that stuff. Like that new ambassador. You know what I'm saying? That's where he fits into the equation. But I think that spot was reserved for somebody that you're trying to elevate to the main event that probably hasn't been like with John Cena right now, right? With everything that he's doing right now, if you just have Cody beat him in a rematch, you just wasted our time.
Yeah, that's whack. That's super.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you need somebody like Braun Breaker or somebody like that.
I think Braun Breaker is amazing.
Yeah,
like, that dude is nice. I like.
He is, but you need somebody like that to beat Cena, to where, like when Brock Lesnar beat the Undertaker, and broke the WrestleMania streak. It was like Brock was already a made man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was already a star.
I think Roman should have broke it, or even Cena could have broke it. I don't know.
They should have had Randy Orton break it when he was the Legend Killer.
Legend Killer, yeah.
Yeah, even though I don't even like Randy Orton, but just from
also goofy shit, they could have even made it like Kane break it, you know?
Right. But that's what I'm saying. So when Cena loses, it has to be not necessarily something that we don't see coming, but it's somebody that it has to be when he actually beats Cena. You scratch your head in the moment, like, what the hell? But then it's like, yo, we just built a star.
What if he loses Logan Paul?
That could work. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. But the only problem is that I don't know if Logan Paul is around enough to make it worthwhile, because he's just another dude that's gone every so often.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, like.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he'll show up and usually leave after like 2 or 3 months or whatever, and then come back for the big pay-per-view or whatever. But it has to be somebody that like obviously I'm not saying that it should be Chad Gable, but it should be somebody on that level to where it's like he ended John Cena. Because when Kurt Angle lost, right, his last match, he lost to fucking Baron Corbin. And it's like, you ain't do nothing with that. Like, it was a bad decision. But if
Baron Corbin, I'm over here thinking about Finn Balor. I'm like, Finn Balor was dope.
But if you're going to do it, you got to lean into Baron Corbin now. You know what I mean? For beating a legend like that. So, so it has to be somebody that you're going, like maybe LA Knight.
That would be good.
You know what I'm saying? Would work. But he's old. That's the only problem. He's old. He's a year older than me. So, you know what I mean? So like, it might have to be somebody that you identify that's going to take it to the future. Like, who's going to be here 5 to 6 years from now that we could build upon.
How do you feel about Seth Rollins and the New Evolution?
I like it.
That's Tonka, right? Tonga, the last dude that just came out.
No, that's Bronson Reed.
Oh, I thought that was Tonga something because he had
No. He's with Solo in them, but Tonga Loa or whatever. But no, this is Bronson Reed. You know, but like the only problem is they got to clean the story up because the last time we saw him, he was beefing with Seth Rollins. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now you got to tie that together. Like, why'd you team up with him? You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like, I think the problem is, and it's a good problem to have, is that you have too many legends or like older dudes. Like, you know, you still got to find spots for CM Punk and people like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, like you're doing it from a star recognition standpoint, but it's also taken away from building these guys that we're talking about.
I like Sami Zayn a lot. I don't like him to be a champion, but I love him. Like, he's a great character, you know? Like,
yeah.
That's why I said that. That's why the other day I was like, he's like Mick Foley. I said he lived for no reason, but I mean he was loved for no reason.
But think about what you just said, though. If he would have beat Roman, right? That would have been like Mick Foley beating The Rock.
Yeah. The only problem with the Roman thing is because whoever beat him, it had to be significant only because of how long it was. Had he beat Roman, if he was only champion for like 3 months and then Roman came back and took it back, it would be like, all right, cool. But because of how long that streak was, that's what made Roman's thing so big.
Right.
So that's why they had to let Cody do it. I personally think, even though probably wouldn't, a lot of people wouldn't agree, I feel like the Rock Roman thing would have been dope too.
I don't think you wanted Rock to beat him for the title though.
That's true.
Like it would have been a great story, like for like media
and family. That would
all that. Yeah, it would have been like that. But at the same time, like you put yourself back in the same boat of who's going to beat The Rock now.
Yeah, and I thought they were going to fight for Tribal Chief. That's what I thought was originally.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen too. But if he would have beat Roman for the belt, now you got to figure out. It was already hard enough to get somebody to beat the Tribal Chief and make it make sense. Now you got to have a dude beat The Rock, like the legend that is The Rock, and it has to be somebody even more credible because for whatever reason, and this is not me hating, I'm just saying people don't want to let go of The Rock. So like, you know what I mean? So like, it has to be somebody.
It's because he's essentially like he's the coolest black dude that wrestling ever had. Even I mean, like he's
no, I mean, but like beating The Rock at that point, like. It would have been like, yo, who do you have beat Hulk Hogan? It would have been like that level. Like, who can beat Hulk Hogan and be credible to the point that the fans won't reject it?
Definitely.
I also think what's about to happen is we're going to get the unified titles again.
I think so, too, after what Cena did the other day, yeah. And I don't want that, but, you know, I mean, I guess it is what it is.
Now, I know
you can't have Jey Uso beat Cena, right? You can't have Jey Uso retire Cena, right?
Why not?
Because it's too soon. It's too soon.
What? Is it? I mean,
yeah. Like I would imagine that Cena's going to ride. I would imagine you're going to ride this out to the end of the year at least before, because it's Cena, because it's supposed to be the last time is now, right? So you got Cena going around all these different venues, like, hey, this is my last time here. I don't think you could just lose it in like 2 months or whatever.
Oh no, I'm saying just have Jay take it at the end of the year.
But you got to do a lot.
I think they should ride this Jey Uso wave.
What do you do to keep them occupied all this time? Like, you know what I mean? Because, like, I guess Jay would fight Gunther again. You know what I mean? But then, like, who's occupying Cena for the rest of the year? Like Cody, maybe?
Cena's occupied by the same dudes that are already here. I mean, you got to think. We've got 2 matches with nobodies. He fought R-Truth, and then before that, he fought...
hey, that's Ron Cena to you.
Yeah. And it's cool, though, because you're not disappointed in the fight. Like, the storyline is what's carrying these fights. But he fought somebody that was a nobody a couple weeks ago. Who was it? Who did he fight before R-Truth?
He fought Randy Orton.
Who's before Randy Orton?
Nobody.
Oh, maybe it was R-Truth that was the nobody that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But either way, like, something like that, to me, as long as the story can carry it, you're good.
Yeah.
You know, so as long as you can bring anybody up, but as long as the story makes sense, everybody will accept it. It's like, okay, John Cena's fighting this dude again. Cool, because the story makes sense.
What they need to do is build Austin Theory and let him get his get back. That's what they need to
Theory
do.
is a great wrestler, and I think that they are moving towards that. It's just that I don't know who he pissed off in the office to make him like lose his trajectory, but he's got to work his way back up like Triple H did with the curtain call, because he was definitely up, and then they just you know.
All right,
let me introduce the new fellas real quick, man. Goddamn, you already know DJ.
Oh shit! Look at
Cowboy Mike, DJ Mike P.
We got the whole squad.
Put the mic on the ones and twos. You already know I got my dog Bleed Blue for the shoot. Nap Nation, what it do? Jay Lethal representing this motherfucker. You already know I got my homeboy Sherlock, man. Spurs Nation. Shout out to that motherfucker, man. And it's always a pleasure to have my dog James Easterman in this motherfucker, man. Gambling James, Crazy James in this motherfucker, dog. James, are you a wrestling fan?
I used to be.
Oh man.
Shit. This shit look like Hollywood Squares, yo.
It's all it's not the way it used to be when you used to have all the blood and stuff, you know? Not the same.
Yeah,
Nah, they bleeding again. They bleeding again now. They bleeding again.
He said they again.
Bad. It ain't the way we want it. We don't go to race car
But no,
just to see non-act. We watch the stuff for violence.
I do have one outlier question. One thing that does get heated in the hot box. Have you ever seen Dragon Ball? Like any of it?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you.
How do you know?
No. Why the fuck would I watch that?
That's tough, bro.
Shit.
That's tough.
Damn.
It's because I'm white. It's because I'm white.
No, whoa. I mean,
No,
shit.
what that have to do with it?
Like it.
Dragon Ball characters white too.
I just don't watch that shit.
I've never seen Dragon Ball Z.
Now listen.
Dragon Ball, they are Asian, bro. What you talking about? They are not white.
They white Asian. They Asian.
They're
They
white
don't got no
passing.
Asian eyes. They don't got no Asian accent.
No, they do have Asian eyes. You ever seen Tien Shinhan?
Girls.
That's like Goku don't got no Asian eyes. Vegeta ain't got no Asian eyes. Frieza ain't got no Asian eyes. And,
Look,
and
they're all short.
What's my green dude? Piccolo ain't
Well,
got no.
I mean, Goku's an outlier. That nigga tall as hell. And you know Piccolo
You know
black.
what I'm saying? Those niggas don't talk like Mr. Chow.
Them Pacers the other night
What'd
fucked
you
me
say,
for
brother?
$78,000, motherfucker.
God damn.
Oh,
Pacers got me
God.
for
Well,
78
yeah, go
racks.
ahead and tell us about that jump, bro. Tell us what happened.
Nah, I just had a bonus bet, so I just decided to use it on a 12 leg, and I hit the first 9, and then I had the Pacers -1.5, and I had the 2 late games, and I didn't hedge it because I still had 2 games left, but they both covered. The Pacers blew a 20-point lead, cost me $78,000.
What?
That shit pissed me off.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Oh
Who you
my
got
god.
tonight?
Hey, but all those games I gave you guys the other night, they all hit. I ended up winning 5 racks that night. The next night I won,
Whoa. Hold
and then,
on.
you know,
My bad, Brody. Where the hell I've been at? Goodness gracious. What the hell?
All right, so what you got? In this, what you
What
got
the
in
hell?
this OKC? What you got in this OKC Minnesota game
hey,
tonight?
those series, the series are going to play exactly the same way I told you. I told you the Timberwolves ain't going to win another game.
Ooh, strong take.
They got lucky to win.
They
by
did
40.
get lucky.
That's funny as shit. You got lucky to win by
It was
40.
4-2, like I said, the Knicks
Nah, they
won
just
4-2.
they got lucky that the momentum was going in their favor. That's all.
All right, what about the Knicks? The Knicks going to win another one?
Now, if I was a Knicks fan, I would have had the whole team hold their throat like Halliburton did. I would have had the whole team hold the throat in Indianapolis. I would have returned the favor.
Had to.
That's how petty I am.
Yeah, they was up by a lot.
Now, bro, we ain't had all these boxes before.
Hell yeah, bro.
I
told
like
you, man.
I like it, bro.
We upgraded.
I told you, bro. Look, this joint is just like around the horn.
Is ill the building.
Hey, shout out my dog Mike, bro.
How we doing, everybody?
What up, dog?
What's going on?
We got them Turtle Beaches on.
Mike P. Yes,
What's
the Turtle
happening?
Beaches is on. Why you got that beanie on? Take that beanie off.
You don't want me to do
Show
that.
us your face.
You gonna see a nigga need a haircut. Nigga.
Whoa.
There you go. Look at all that.
Put your glasses back on, Red.
My boy Mike P got the
Put your glasses
sunroof.
back on, Red.
Straight up.
Wait, open the sunroof for
You asked for it. I had to give you to George Jefferson. You asked for that motherfucker.
No, I was talking to Ray. I was talking to Ray because he said I had the Turtle Beaches on. I said,
Oh, I'm about to say, yeah, I had to let niggas know what time it is. I ain't got a fresh baldy in a minute.
Hey, hold on.
Hey, look,
hold on.
I'm saying your boy here.
I see your line looking good.
Since I
you
got
know
the
what I'm
man
saying?
emotion in here, I gotta
know.
play this video for my dog. Since I got the man emotion in here, I gotta play the video for my dog.
All right, cuz you get that off, cuz I got some things that me and Lethal need to discuss.
James, what's good, buddy? Jay
With
Ritz.
the Eliana? With the Eliana?
Hey,
Lethal about to come down
I'm,
to the carpet.
I'm looking at my thing. The game hasn't started yet, so I just put 45 grand on the over on the Yankees and Angels game. Hey, the line open. I got it in early though, but I got it in earlier today. The line opened at 7.5. I got it at 8. It's all the way up to 10.5 now. But I got lucky.
God damn.
I got it in 2 runs early.
The line
So
is
if it lands
locked.
at 9, I still win. And now the books are gonna win because if that shit lands at 9 or 10, the books are making guaranteed money. But I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win 37 racks off that 45.
God damn.
Nigga, hey, nigga, let me hold a
Hey,
dollar,
listen,
nigga.
it's either
Yeah,
get
let me hold a dollar.
God damn.
I want to bet. I want to place a bet on your bet.
All the games I gave you guys the other night all hit. Everything
I'm
I
gonna
gave you
place
guys
a
the other
bet
night
on your
hit.
bet that if
Like,
you win, I get a dollar.
Say what?
Yeah, look.
I said I'm gonna place a bet on your bet that if you win, I can get a dollar.
You can have a
Hey,
dollar.
look, I just need
got
you. I just need you to
$2,
put all your picks in
$1 parlay. Lock it in.
It's a straight bet.
Hey, Lethal, what you coming to the carpet
I do
for,
like the
bro?
over on the Timberwolves game tonight, though. I do like the over of 217 on the Timberwolves game tonight, though. I do like that, but I decided to take the
Hey,
over
but
on that game.
is OKC covering though?
First of all, Lethal.
The line dropped at half. I mean, I think that the Timberwolves, they won by 40. I'm not saying they used all their gas, but I do think that OKC is just an all-around better team. They absolutely are a better team. Like I told you, if Edwards is on.
Did we lose him?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not too sure, but I do.
All right, what Lethal in trouble for?
Nap Nation over here. I just want to know. I just want to know where in your Lethal bag. When do we decipher whether everything is opinion based or fact based? That's what I want to know. All right, we ain't got to type no words. We get to talk now. I want to know.
Well, speaking of opinion based,
The legal bag
I
is
guess,
on.
man, emotion. Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, here we go.
That leave Lethal alone. He brought us the Howley Tatum conversation.
Oh, here we go.
Legal bag.
I see who's the most underrated Dragon Ball Z character of all time. Oh, that's it. If it's easy, go ahead and start. What 10? Yeah. Now I think I rock with Kenny. I feel like I rock with Kenny and Flowers.
I got disconnected.
Wait. He said he rock with who?
He said first dude said TN. The second dude said Kenny. Hold on.
Kenny. Who the hell is Kenny?
Didn't those bastards kill Kenny? Oh, that's the wrong
Isn't
show.
Kenny
Never
off of
mind.
South Park? Kenny's off of South Park.
He held down semi-perfect cell. That's working the power too. That's a feat on his own. He stepped up when the Earth was about to be destroyed. They were moving everybody. That's when one man stepped up against. Like he was ready to scrap. No, he always ready.
All right, so
I like it. I'm not mad at TN. I'm not mad at that.
so is the question
Who was the most underrated?
who is the most underrated?
Yeah.
Android 16.
Stop it.
Oh.
Stop it. No.
Oh.
No, yeah.
We're not
I
gonna
would-
pretend that this nigga giving Gohan 3 words of encouragement makes him underrated. Fuck Android 16.
No. What's the boy one with the dark hair?
17. Now 17, yes.
I say 17. Because they had to go to the future to beat his ass. They couldn't even beat his ass in his own time. Like he tried to go back, stop him, still failed. went back to his time. Didn't dude kill him again or something like that? Like it was an episode where he was beating his ass. Like 17 was beating their ass, bro.
Yeah.
One in
You're absolutely right.
What is it, Dragon Ball GT or something like that, where he had like destroyed cities and stuff like that? I
Oh, you
forgot.
talking
It
about
was a
Super
time.
17?
Yeah,
Yeah, Super 17 was a menace.
yeah. So either way, 17. Like I would say 17.
And 17 without 17.
Hey, hold on. Is that my nigga Drew?
Yeah, who is that?
What's happening, nigga?
What's happening? Who that is?
Nigga is locked, nigga. Sherlock, nigga.
Oh shit, what's good, fool?
Coolin', man.
Nigga,
How you,
got
bro?
the Challenger in the background and shit.
Man, nigga trying to wash his
Sitting
little
out.
bitch.
Send the baby
I
up.
see
Yeah.
you. I see you. God
Type
damn.
shit.
God
I see.
damn.
I seen Lethal Bag has some discrepancies. I'm gonna let them finish real quick though.
Oh, Lethal know what his problem is. He just be saying words, and I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't like
bro.
Who
the
did,
fact
who
that-
did y'all say y'all character was?
Oh, I say 10.
That's the
Why
underrated.
TN? Final
Same reason
Flash?
old boy said, because TN steps up when you don't need him to. All right, like he'll just come out of nowhere and just be ready to throw down and do shit.
But he gets beat every time.
Look, this is my problem, right? TN is always.
I put
Give me
TN, I
one
put TN in the
TN
category.
significant moment where you looked at this nigga and said, "Yeah, TN, you
The
that guy
moment
right
where
now."
he saved everybody from losing.
Well, when he
He had
kept doing the
Cell.
Final Flash,
Yeah, when he had Cell,
That
he had the
zesty
nigga
ass
try
scene.
me. He had that nigga stuck in the dirt.
Jack, please, bro.
17 was wreaking havoc on these niggas in 2 different timelines. 17 was that guy.
17 was that guy. No,
He was that
I mean,
guy.
underrated. You could also say that. You could also use Piccolo as underrated, but I mean, it depends on your
That's
criteria.
kind of the obvious. But it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
at the
it's
same
like-
time, Piccolo is kind of like 10. He would get his ass beat, arguably. He would always elect himself to go first, and he would always get his ass whooped. And they just got tiring because that was the overall plot. He was going to go first, he was gonna get his ass whooped. Vegeta was going to be a close second. You know what I mean? And then Goku, he's going to do his thing, and then he's going to like die or some wild shit. And then Vegeta's going to fight him off, and then fucking Goku comes in like the finisher and just, you know what I mean? It's like every time. Or Trunks or something like you could say Trunks.
Oh, Trunks is overrated. He ain't underrated. He's overrated as hell. Trunks
How?
came in. Okay,
Well,
so Trunks came in, gave us this diabolical destroying power of killing Frieza, being a Super Saiyan out of nowhere. Niggas like, whoa, what the fuck? This nigga cold, right? The whole dialogue, yo, Goku, you're gonna die. You got androids. Nigga got the prediction wrong because he's an asshole. And then we find out later on in life, this nigga a bitch. Like, he never did anything. He came out here, overpowered his muscles, lost his cell, lost his confidence. Oh, daddy. All you want to do is impress Vegeta. Vegeta don't even fuck with you. Like, the nigga was just out here being a bitch to his dad. And
Well,
his
now
dad
that you
was
say
still
that,
around.
I got one more video. It's crazy that you say that. I promise. No, look, check me out. Hold on.
While Cups is finding that video, also, let's not
No,
forget
listen.
that he also had to come back when Goku Black came. Nigga had to go to the past twice for help.
Damn.
Put that in your nap town and smoke it.
In Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna start off with you, but this is a question for the whole.
Who's the most complete character?
I'm sorry to say, Future Trunks, most complete character in Dragon Ball Z. I would say, I ain't gonna lie, Future Trunks literally had that whole, like, you see what he did? He really came back to save the timeline. He literally had nothing there. The timeline was gone. He had no hope. He then came back to the other time to save it.
I was gonna say, what about Dr. Gero?
Like, Future Trunks, I feel like the most complete.
Dr. Gero's dope.
Just in general.
This nigga said.
Mama, what about you?
Y'all want to keep going? Y'all want to speak on that joke real quick?
I just want to speak on it real quick.
What did he say? What did he say?
He said Future Trunks was the most complete character, and he saved the timeline. He's not the most complete character, because if he was complete, he would have never had to come back to the past. He would have handled Scandal in his own world, and then he would have came back and just made sure Goku was alive. Nah, he came back looking for help. nigga was getting dragged.
Most complete
I
character
think
is
he's
Cell.
talking about most complete in terms of like his storyline and all that. Like you had a full background of what was going on with him, why he came back. We had flashbacks and we got to see like what went on. Like you know what I mean? I was thinking about completeness in terms of that.
Cell is the answer. Cell.
Cell is yeah, of course. Like Cell is the most complete character, but
He got beat up by a kid. Really?
Hey, so did Cat Williams. You don't hold that against him.
It's strongest in the universe. Like he was supposed to be that.
You don't hold that against Cat Williams.
All I'm saying is these niggas never beat 17.
Piccolo beat 17.
They never beat what?
Piccolo beat 17. That's one of the best fights in Dragon Ball.
A most underrated fight of Dragon Ball.
Like, that fight
to
was
this day.
fire. You got the Hellzone grenade. You know what I'm saying? They was going toe to toe.
They was going blow for blow. Pause.
Oh, wait, hold on. Here we go. Here we go.
Greatest swing after that is crazy.
Thank you, Cowboy Mike. Good look. On that note, hold on. We gonna continue a little bit.
That was crazy.
I think there is only one right answer with this one, and that's Piccolo. You feel me? I feel like if you're looking for a character that has everything, whether that's fighting talent, compassion, wisdom, and IQ, Piccolo is the one that has that. And we saw like how he started, one of the most evil niggas into the series, but look at him today.
What about Vegeta?
The answer is Frieza.
What about Vegeta? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Frieza don't have a good arc though, but Vegeta is the same way.
I feel like
Calculated.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like, as I said before, I feel like Piccolo would be an obvious answer. But the only thing, and I feel like everything that he listed was valid, except for him being like calculating and stuff like that. Because again, Piccolo was getting that ass for.
But look, does calculation have to do with me being weaker than you?
Everybody got their ass whooped. That
I was gonna say, well, everybody was taking L's in the jungle.
Leo, like if I plan to fight you, right, and everything is good, but I punch you in the face and it just don't work.
If you're gonna say Piccolo, if you're gonna say Piccolo, you might as well say Krillin. Krillin was just an easy target, distraction. If you go back to Dragon Ball though, their come up was wholesome. Like the original Dragon Ball, the come up was wholesome when it was him and Krillin and they were training Master Yoshi, all that stuff. Okay, boom. And then even in the end when Krillin had his daughter and all that stuff, and you know what I mean, like I feel like that's a complete character. You
Even
got
before
the
the
background.
tournament
You
power,
know Krillin from
Krillin
childhood,
was
like you
going
know
toe to toe.
Goku. Huh?
In the tournament of power, when they went to get 17 and everybody was training, Krillin and Goku was going head down. Like they was going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then
You know what I'm saying? Like he was
with Krillin, you got the complete background from childhood into him being an old man. Like you got the whole like full story. That's with no other character than Master Yoshi and Bulma. You could say Bulma. See, without their technology, without her technology and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Bulma was the MVP gathering Dragon Balls and all that shit. Pause. Like you know what I'm saying? But she was going around the galaxy collecting them joints for sure.
What do you say, Nab Nation?
Creating time travel, all that, the technology.
Yeah, what you got to say, Indy?
Most complete character, bro.
Y'all.
Most complete character, bro. I'll probably say Kid Buu.
The temper tantrum on roids.
I mean, bro, you gotta remember, bro. That was his original form before the regular Super Buu, before the Evil Buu, and before Majin itself, because he had absorbed the Kais. So the original Kid Buu was the original Buu himself. That nigga was a monster upon monsters.
I don't like Buu as a character at all. So I'm fine.
Why not, bro?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just don't think he was a good character. I think he was strong, but there was no point. Like,
Super Buu was a drawn out character. Yes, I didn't like the Super Buu version.
you know, I didn't like the fight in the hyperbolic time chamber. This nigga just got mad and screamed his way out. I was like, this is terrible, right?
Real shit. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I said Kid Buu is the best Buu, is the best complete, bro. Because that's like his original form, bro. He was just a menace upon menace, bro. You couldn't do nothing with the nigga.
But yeah, I gotta go, y'all. Got these ribs cooking. I gotta go cut them up and all that good stuff. So, you know,
All right, Sam.
I'll be back.
All right, Jack.
Hey, I'll get back on this lethal bag later on. You know what I'm
Wait.
Yeah, so
Yeah, man.
Zero,
James-
Mario.
who do you got? You said who did you say that wasn't going to win another game? You said the Timberwolves weren't going to win another game. What do you think about the Knicks?
And they're not going to win another game.
James.
The Knicks are going to win one more. That series is going to end 4-2. That series is going to end 4-2.
I like it.
It's like I told you guys on day one. If Edwards isn't playing well, the team isn't going to play well. They play around him. You saw what happened in game 1 and game 2. They got their asses cooked because Edwards had a bad game. That man had a monster game in game 3, so that's why they won. If he's having a bad game, they're not going to win. They play around him.
Also,
Rudy Gobert ain't going to do shit. That motherfucker's just big.
speaking of Anthony Edwards, 2-5. I know you
Nah,
don't know but can you hear us?
I can hear you.
All right, 2-5. Was that 2-5 that said that?
No.
I was about to say, I don't think it was. I'm gonna wait till he get back. But yeah, no, Anthony Edwards. Yeah, I mean the Timberwolves. I think it's interesting that people say that Anthony Edwards had a monster game. They won by 40 and stuff like that. I still think that even if they had a monster game, the Thunder had turnovers early and things like that. It's like, bro, I think the Timberwolves just got the jump out on them. But to say that they won't win another game, that's a little tough.
Man, say what he said.
Okay, so they just won by 40. They just won by 40, and they're still an underdog on the road. I mean, they're getting no respect because they're so inconsistent. They're so inconsistent. At least OKC is sort of have some type of identity, like they're great on offense. They got the Twin Towers. Their defense is pretty stout. They play great defense. The Timberwolves, they're all discombobulated on different levels. Like if they're on, but 70% of the time they're not on. And Edwards don't pass the ball. You saw him. I know he made it to the cup and scored, but that man had 3 defenders on him and didn't even want to give up the rock.
So I definitely feel that.
So, if he's not going to play team ball, then, they're just going to have to put 2 men on him, play a zone, play a 3-2 zone or something, because he's doing the same shit every single game. Gobert can't make a free throw, and the only reason he even gets those dunks and layups is because he's fucking 8 feet tall. He's like a Yao Ming. He's a Spanish version of Yao Ming or Zach Edey. Just...
You know what? That is some of the most disrespectful shit I ever heard in my life.
Don't disrespect Yao like that.
Why you gotta disrespect Yao like that? Like
What's the truth? Gobert is awful.
Rudy Gobert is like the 7'5" version of Stromile Swift. You know what I'm saying? Don't be bringing Yao into this.
Like, he would be
All right, 2-5. I got something for you, but I gotta ask James one more question, man, because you weren't on here in the last time we had asked this question in the pod, dog. Do you feel like now at this point, do we got you? You here? Can you hear me, James?
I'm breaking up.
No,
I can't hear you.
I don't know. What up, Coach?
What's going on, Coach? Can you hear me now, James?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
With 2 conference appearances under his belt, and being one of the top, what is it? We talking about AE Anthony Edwards, one of the top 20, one of the top 15 leading scorers in playoff history.
Yes.
Would you consider?
Hang on a second. It's breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Would you
Say it
consider
again.
Anthony Edwards at this point in his career a greater all-time Timberwolf than Kevin Garnett?
Whoa.
Fuck no. No. He's one of my favorite players of all time. Not a chance. Edwards has got to get on that level. Also, KG is so humble. And when he played in his time, KG, it wasn't all these little baby foul calls.
What has KG done for
Yes,
you? He ain't do shit for the Wolves.
I mean, he didn't have a roster the way that Edwards does.
Lethal, I say this with all due respect.
KG didn't have a roster.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Hey, bro. I'm just saying, bro.
Put the motherfuckers on the map, dog.
Nah, Edwards is not on KG's level.
He did the same thing that you try to say Carmelo did for Denver.
Edward, hey, listen, times were different back then. Times were different back then. They played a lot more aggressive.
Melo.
Times were different back then. Edwards wouldn't have made it back then. The way that they did their fouls and stuff back then, he wouldn't have played back then.
There's one player in Timberwolves history who won MVP. Who is that person?
But look who KG played against back then. Look who KG played back then. Stop it.
KG.
All right, so now since we still
He was
on
the
topic,
one dude that frustrated Tim Duncan.
since we still on topic,
It's tough, but you're not going to change my mind. KG is a way better player than than Edwards.
All right, here we
We
go.
agree. We definitely agree.
Is a good encapsulation of the difference between the MVP of the league, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and the fifth or
Can't
sixth
hear
or
it.
seventh player in the league, Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is
Hey,
awesome.
hang on, guys. I'm getting a bad connection because I'm at a barbecue. I'm going to have to catch up on the next one because I'm at a barbecue and I'm in a bad connection.
It's all good, brother. We'll catch you later, brother.
Peace out. Be safe.
Oh, you probably be able to hear it now.
Is a good encapsulation of the difference between the MVP of the league, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and the fifth or sixth or seventh best player in the league, Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is awesome. He is a superstar. He might one day very well be the face of the NBA. He was incredible in the Adam Sandler movie. Huge personality, can jump out of the gym, crazy likable, says funny stuff. He's interesting. He's fun to watch. All of that is great. But if I was going to do a wager on career MVPs for Anthony Edwards, I would take zero. What? I would
Zero?
take zero. It's
Wow.
very difficult to be the MVP of the league
Hear him out.
as a pure scorer unless you're on the best team. You got to win 60 plus games. You got to win 65 games. He's not a great rebounder. He's really not a great facilitator.
That's not
And
true.
SGA is
You're making up
26.
shit.
Anthony Edwards is 23. Anthony Edwards reminds me of Dwayne Wade. And that's a compliment. Like, Dwayne Wade is obviously one of the 75 greatest players ever, a champion, a finals MVP, but he never won MVP. It's very tough to be that guy if you're not 9 rebounds, 7 assists. And
What are you talking about?
And again, he's only 23.
I know what he's talking about.
Does he not watch basketball?
I know what he's talking about.
I'm gonna read off Anthony Edwards' last 4 or 5 games in the playoffs of rebounds and assists. He had 9 assists. 9 rebounds, 6 assists. 9 rebounds, 6 assists. 9 rebounds, 3 assists. 7 rebounds, 12 assists. What are you talking about?
But is he gonna put those numbers up in the regular season though?
Right. That's what I was about to say.
He averaged 5 rebounds and 5 assists.
But you need more than that these days. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Because think about it, right?
They only average that.
No, I'm saying think about it, right? When we talk about somebody like Joker, for example, right? You know, saying like this year, for example, he basically averaged a triple-double.
Yes.
You know, you got Luka last year who had like 35, basically 35 rounding up. It was like 34, 9, and 8 or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So if you're competing with those type of dudes, and we're going off of not what we think, but the way that the media looks at things.
Of course.
If you come up in there with like say 26, 5, and 5, unless you're on a top 2 seed, they're not even looking at you.
But look at Shea numbers. He's not averaging 9 assists. 9 rebounds.
No, he's not, but he's leading the league in scoring.
I feel you. If Anthony Edwards was to shoot more, he would probably lead the league in scoring.
I don't know if he don't shoot more than SGA.
I think he does.
Tatum averaged 30. You wouldn't even think he did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he averaged 33 with 5 rebounds and 6 assists. You know what I'm saying?
That's like you say, unless you're the best scorer, like just being a pure scorer.
68 games. He won 68 games. He was on the list. Like obviously they only do like the top 3 or top 4, but he was in the conversation in the defensive, teams
but
and all
his
that kind of
defense,
stuff like that. He had more blocks. He averaged more blocks than Giannis, for example.
Yeah, I thought he missed the mark on that shit. Like Anthony Edwards is prime for MVP year.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. But
think about the guy that's going to leave and he's going to be in the league by himself. Like, bro, man, nobody about to stop this.
I think he's prime for an MVP performance.
I don't disagree with you. I'm not talking about like common sense and what we think. I'm talking about the way that the media looks at it.
Well,
because to Cups's point, Boston is dominant as they was, last year. Tatum wasn't close to winning the MVP.
Because the team is so good. It's different between it's a collaborative effort. Like your team can be good and you're the best guy on that team. Like when Dirk was the MVP, like he was the best guy on a really good team, but those guys weren't good individually. Boston, those guys are good individually. You get a Derek White or Drew Holiday playing out or Jalen Brown playing at a high level. They look at those guys as being like really good individually. That's why Tatum probably wouldn't get the love for MVP. And they lose, and when Tatum ain't playing, they still win.
Right.
So it's like okay, we're not gonna really. And he didn't have a storyline, and he's not really that compelling. So he's not like Anthony Edwards talking shit to LeBron and them. Like Tatum just like to be like he want to play ball. He want his play to speak for himself.
Anthony Edwards came into this season with some juice, though. You know what I'm saying? He swept KD. You know what I'm saying? Took a team to the Western Conference Finals that, most people would say probably had no business being there.
Very true.
So you know what I mean? So he came into the season with some juice. The problem is, and that's why I think D Wade is a perfect comparison, is that, D Wade did a lot of great things on the court. He was probably the best guard next to Jordan as far as like blocking shots as a guard and all that. You know what I'm saying? But when you're in the league with these LeBrons and these people like that, you have to do something that stands out. You know what I mean? And I don't know what Anthony Edwards does that a Tatum doesn't do, or, something along those lines.
Agreed. I think they're in the same category, so to speak.
But to say that he'll never, I can't go that far.
Nah, but he got a good 20 years left, I think. I think he'll probably play that long, personally.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, especially like, what if Minnesota comes back and wins this series?
Yeah.
What if Minnesota wins the championship?
Next year, he'll be the favorite.
Yeah, and people already love Ant. Like he's one of the few players that I think, this is just me, I think doesn't really have haters.
Not really.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people love him, like the character, or not character, but you know what I mean? Like his personality and all that stuff.
Yeah, just kind
like he's like an old school throwback.
Definitely. And I think the fact that his team, again, I just don't think the fact that they traded for Randall was the best thing for that team. It took them a while to get that thing going. So it's like they finally kind of got it going, mid-season going on. So it's like, how can you even judge this team this year? Look at them going forward when they add guys, when they play Rob more, when Mike Conley's gone. Like, they're going to take off. I feel like they're going to be in the same spot OKC was. They about to launch.
Right. So but that's the problem within itself, right? Because like even with that being said, the Lakers were the 3 seed, right?
Yeah.
Minnesota was the 6. That's who they played in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
They won one less game than the Lakers did.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about a 50-win team against a 42 or 41-win team. You know what I mean? We're talking 50 and 49.
Yeah, real talk. The West is that good.
Right. And that's where some of these arguments become disingenuous, because people will be like, but they were the 6 seed or they were the 7 seed. And it's like, okay, like the Warriors were the 7 seed. They won 48 games.
Yeah, they balled. They won 10 in a row, if I'm not mistaken, this year.
Something like that, yeah. Because I know before the playoffs, after they got Jimmy, their record was something like 22-5 or something.
Yep.
Like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know what I mean? So like
tracking that shit going forward. Yep.
And that's why Steph couldn't get MVP consideration, because they didn't take off until Jimmy got there. And it was sort of the same thing that happened to Luka last year, where the team didn't really take off until they made all the trades.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you were here the whole time, how am I gonna say you the MVP when y'all didn't get good until y'all got new personnel?
That's it. That plays into the narrative, the storyline, and what the team is. So it's like you came into the year. I didn't think SGA would probably be MVP this year. I thought he would. I think it would probably be either Jokic or the field.
The only reason I thought so is because a lot of people felt he was MVP last year.
True.
You know what I mean? So like just like the Embiid thing, like people
Yeah.
thought that Embiid was the MVP, so he had the leg up, so to speak, for the next one.
Definitely.
And saying as far as Luka goes, because I've seen people do that like all this week. It's like, here's Luka's numbers last year, here's SGA's numbers this year, but that's the part that they're leaving out is the trades and all that stuff.
Yeah, the team was totally different. Like you're trying to mess guys in and play guys at more spots. And I don't know if I bet on games though, so I know Ant has the capability of getting 10 rebounds every game. He might not get them all the time, but I'm talking in the game. He the chances of him getting 10 rebounds are very, very high.
But him not getting 10 rebounds is not even because of him. It's because you got Gobert and Randall on the same team. So you ain't going to get 10 rebounds.
No, unless they give you the Russ Jones.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying, and that's the part where I get frustrated, like listening to those type of people have sports conversations because they'll say all that kind of stuff, but not add what we just said.
Definitely, they'll just make it a blanket statement.
Yeah,
and it's like I feel like it's like they try to come at certain guys, Paul, that try to come at people's like in a certain negative manner. It's like, bro, well, why would you say that? Like he's shown in games that he gotten those type of rebounds.
I don't know that. How can I word this? I'm gonna just say it. I don't know that SGA is better than Anthony Edwards.
I don't either.
I don't know that.
I feel the same way. I feel like SGA has been boosted up. Even my own self. I came back and said after the fact that I felt like Jokic probably should have won MVP. Real talk.
Right.
Just because of the fact how I'm looking at it now. Like, okay, yeah. I see exactly what you meant the whole season. You know what I'm saying? I was only looking at it from one perspective. And I kind of gathered the whole thing by watching him more and more. It's like, he made this be Tracy McGrady. He made this be somebody that's really get a lot of calls. He got a lot of volume shots. Like, imagine if Chet wasn't shoot as much as he wanted to shoot. Imagine if Hartenstein wasn't shoot as much as he wanted to shoot.
Well, I think OKC. All right, don't get mad at me now. I think OKC is in that. They don't have the accomplishments. They're not. No, I'm not trying to say none of that before I go any further. I'm not trying to say any of that.
I know you're going.
But they're more built like the Bulls than they are the Heat. Like the Heatles or whatever. Like, you got your SGA, and your J-Dub. And then you just got a collection of really good role players that know their role.
100%. I know exactly you're going with that.
So that's why a guy like SGA can say go 3 for 14. And they'll still win. You know what I mean? If Ant go 3 for 14, they lose by 30.
And James said that.
Hey, context. 3 for 14 with how many free throw attempts?
Don't even matter. Don't even matter. And that's the other story. But that's the other story, though. Like, everybody focuses on SGA's free throws. Like, Jalen Brunson ain't out here doing the same exact thing.
Nah. All the good players do it. All the good players do it.
And they did something. They did like this thing the other day where they took all the MVPs from like a certain period of time or whatever. And he had the lowest free throws per game, like out of like, he wasn't even top 10.
Yeah, I feel like he had the lowest free throws per game, but he does a good job of getting them in the bonus early in quarters too, though.
Yeah. That's the game within the game. People don't realize. Like, well,
he's no different than James Harden in a lot of ways.
Exactly.
No. All good players know how to manipulate that.
Yeah. Getting the penalty. Now anytime somebody get fouled, we shooting two.
No, but the difference, is I think that Harden lived off of that.
He did.
I don't think he lived off of it. I just think that in the playoffs, that man he don't have that second gear, bro.
No, it's not even that. It's that in the playoffs they weren't calling those same things.
I
think he was missing wide open shots, though.
Again, I've said this numerous times. I'm not going to go through the whole spiel, but D'Antoni system is what made James Harden who he is. And we've seen him without D'Antoni. It's like, okay, he's not getting that space. He's not that fast. So, like, you got the fact he got a little older. He's not getting those calls. You're not having the amount of space to work and kind of like, break guys down. Like, guys are not afraid to lock him up one-on-one. It's hard for him to get a shot off. Every shot he takes a lot of times is a hard shot. Instead of
James Harden is Black Luka without the heart.
Exactly.
Black Luka.
He's in that same range
without the heart.
Just dribbling too much though. Like Shout out to Jeff T. Been giving it up. Been doing this thing recently. I mean, this
he has.
whole pod in general, but he said it like, and I love Jalen Brunson since the Mavs days. Jalen Brunson dribbles the ball too much. He'll dribble the ball like 18 seconds on the clock and put a crazy shot up, and it's like that's not basketball.
I got a question though. Do you think it? Because when I see them with those sets, I think he's just going through the options. Like I don't know what type of motion they're running or play they're running, but it seems like that's what he's supposed to do.
Kind of.
Like,
that is what he's supposed to do because he got a coach that don't know nothing about offense.
No. D Rose do the same shit. I watched it before. I'm seeing the same thing with D Rose. I see the same exact team. We had Keith Bogans. We had Ronnie Brewer. We had guys who just couldn't score. So it's like you got your point guard who really is a dominant figure with the ball. Now, D Rose gets to the cup and kind of have more bounce than Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brunson's crafty. You know, he can draw the foul. He can have the mid-range. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like, I'm watching the same exact team, bro.
But I think that's the issue with why they have problems with a team like the Pacers.
Exactly.
Because he's wearing himself out.
Yep. And D Rose will do the same thing. Fourth quarter, he can't do shit. He tired, legs hit, jumper ain't falling.
Yeah, the Knicks need to win this. Like I don't know if the Knicks can give up another game. Like let's hypothetically say the Knicks win tomorrow, you know, and it's 2-2.
Yeah.
I don't think they can go down 3-2.
Me neither.
Nah, they need to keep home court advantage for sure.
And I never thought the Knicks would be here personally. I watched it against the Cavs, and I said, dog, I hate to take these one game type clips. I'm just like, they can't stop anybody. Like, for anybody that has a dominant presence inside, they can't stop them. You know what I'm saying? So you get a bunch of athletes that really want to go to the cup against them. You got Bridges that play really good defense and Josh Hart. Other than that,
OG.
Anybody getting stopped. It's a layup.
OG Anunoby.
He can't play no fucking defense, dog.
What?
Hell no. Who the fuck OG to shut down?
That's his best attribute.
I don't think so. I never seen OG shut anybody down.
And then you still got Mikal too.
I like Bridges. I think Bridges can shut people down, but I think he's probably the best ball defender. But it's like
I think that Josh Hart can't guard. I think Josh Hart can't guard. I think that he's like a Swiss Army knife. He's a hustle player. I don't think he really gets stops though.
Nah, he gets stops.
No, I think Josh Hart is one of those dudes that you just want on every team. Like, you know what I mean? Like whatever team you are in the NBA, you want a Josh Hart.
He Alex Caruso type.
Draymond type.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Yeah. Plug and play.
I've never seen OG Anunoby stop anybody though.
Well, OG was like originally back when he was in Toronto, people were calling him Baby Kawhi.
Yeah, he's known for defense.
It sounds good. I never seen.
He's known for defense. I ain't gonna lie to you, Mike. I don't really like that much to defend him.
What if y'all seen niggas stop somebody?
It depends on what you define as shut down, because you got to remember in the NBA, you could give up 27 points to a dude and he could go 8 for 24 but get free throws.
But again, who has this happened to? Who's a marquee guy? I never seen him say, yo, I'm gonna take Halliburton. Again, I watched Ron Artest say, yo, I'm taking this guy, I'm taking this nigga out. So I'm not putting him in the same category as a great defender.
Well, it's kind of hard to do. Well, like going back to Toronto, it's kind of hard to do that because you had Kawhi for that. So you ain't gonna tell OG to do that.
And I watched Kawhi take out niggas a lot of times.
And then you had Pascal, who was playing good defense too.
100%.
So like you're not gonna tell OG like, hey, go out there and do XYZ because he's just gonna win his matchup.
Now, do I think in this era playing nobody plays defense? He plays okay defense? Yeah, okay, but when you say defender, I'm thinking like, you know, like Pippen. I'm thinking like Kawhi. I'm thinking.
I mean, based off his physical stature,
the very best of history.
Tony Allen. I'm thinking about niggas who really Clint. My nigga, Trent Hassel. I'm thinking about niggas. Rajah Bell. I'm thinking about niggas like that. Like, I'm not thinking like
Tony Allen.
Yeah, he not doing the shit them niggas was doing.
Nah. I'm not saying that he's like on that level, or you know, I don't really like to do that much. I'm just saying like. That's what he does. That's how he gets paid. That's his expectation is to defend.
That's how he used to get paid. I think now he's more of always a player. I think his 3-point shot has gotten better.
It has gotten better, but he be wide open. That's why he really is like the fourth scoring option.
Yeah,
third or fourth. So it's like he gonna get open shots.
He like Matisse Thybulle. Like, you know, they're gonna leave him wide open every single time.
Man, you can't lead OG. Y'all about to say you can't lead OG like that though.
Matisse Thybulle about to be out the league.
Matisse been playing well for Portland this year.
You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker.
Yeah, he was playing okay.
League, man.
Bro, he played all right for Portland this year. Matisse all right.
Matisse Thybulle is just Andre Roberson, bro.
Yeah, he is Andre Roberson all over again.
Speaking of third options, though, Combo Mike and Sherlock, I definitely got to ask you this. Which supporting cast would you have, since we talking about the Eastern playoffs?
Respect.
Which supporting cast would you rather have? Danny Granger. Danny Granger.
Okay.
George Hill. Roy Hibbert.
Okay.
Or Siakam, Nembhard, Toppin.
I'm going on this version of the Pacers with Nembhard, Obi Toppin, T.J. McConnell. I'm going with this version of the Pacers for sure.
Yeah, I think they got a little bit. I think they just deeper.
Yeah.
If I could get a healthy Danny Granger, I'm taking the other team.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like Danny Granger is definitely better than everybody. He's definitely better than Pascal Siakam to me. But I feel like exactly, and I feel like they're comparable. Like people will push back, like, nah, Pascal better. You know, people will.
Nembhard different, bro. I love Nembhard, bro. Pause. Like, dog, that's my dog for sure.
Nah, that man. I think a good person that's comparable to Nembhard coming out of the draft is that boy Walter Clayton from out of Florida.
Okay.
I see him more like a Jamal Murray type dude.
I mean, I feel like that's because he's light skinned. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say that. And, you know,
well, nah, bro, jumper cold. I don't think Murray jumper is as cold as bro.
Them hard light skin too.
True. I think they kind of resemble a little bit. You know what I mean?
You know,
the reason why I asked though is because I wanted to know: do y'all feel like, again, the same with the Anthony Edwards thing? Do y'all feel like Halliburton is becoming a higher ranked pacer than Paul George at this point?
Yeah, he is. It's slowly happening, especially since Paul George's tenure was interrupted by injury. So
I never liked the CJ Miles shit he do, like PG do with CJ Miles. I never liked that shit. Like, the game is in your hands and you pass the ball to CJ Miles, nigga. Like, what you doing?
I think that it's easy to look at Paul George now and forget how good he was.
Yeah, he was good as a bitch, bro. He was like that, but I'm just saying,
really challenging the Heat.
He was.
I mean, the longevity always gonna get him. That's what it is.
No, I know, but if we're just talking about like their highs and
like,
lows,
how good was he? How good was he though? 2-5. I don't think he was that good. Never.
He was really good, bro. He was like a game away from beating the Heat.
I don't think he was better than Danny Granger.
And whoa! Oh no, I think he was.
I think he was.
I would say Danny Granger over him any day of the week.
When you add in the element of running the defense, I'm running the offense and the level of defense that he was playing, I think he easily clears Danny Granger.
But
he taking Danny Granger over
like
PG.
I said, I think we're looking at Paul George now.
No. I'm talking about even back then. I never thought. Again, I told you about the CJ Miles shit. The game was in his hands. He gave the ball to CJ Miles, nigga. And CJ gave it back to him. And he passed it back to him. It's like, what are y'all niggas doing? That's I smell pussy. I don't want nobody else to be the leader of my team.
They called the play where Jordan had to give the ball to Steve Kerr and John Paxson. We see this. The only difference was they made shots. If CJ Miles made that shot,
that was not a part of the play. CJ Miles said out loud that, why did Paul George pass me the ball?
I don't know. I gotta go back.
Hey, bro, that shit was all over ESPN back in the day, bro.
No, CJ Miles was like, yo, why did he give me the ball? I thought he was going to
go back and
look at it. And it happened twice in that year. Twice.
Because I don't know.
Bro, it was a real thing.
It happened twice in that year. He gave a nigga the ball like, bro, what you doing, nigga?
I don't know what play you specifically talking about, so I got to go back and look at it. But
I'm just saying.
But he was literally going toe to toe with Miami Braun, man.
He was.
And Roy Hibbert was there too.
Yeah, and Roy Hibbert wasn't doing nothing. He was 7'2" with 0 rebounds.
I feel like he was playing. Never mind.
He was off, but he played good defense.
You know what I'm saying? But David West was the guy. That was the guy.
Yeah, he was.
I ain't gonna lie. That squad was crazy.
It was.
Definitely. But after that, PG fell off.
They fall into.
He
the
broke his leg,
where
Brody.
They ran into.
I know.
Yeah, like he got the
broke his
injury.
leg. Broke his leg. Came back. They trade for again. That trade was probably one of the worst trades of all time. That OKC trade. They go back. You go to OKC. He goes to Clippers. Bruh, the nigga never has done anything. He's a loser to me. He's like KD. He's a loser.
He definitely won a playoff series that Kawhi got hurt in and got them to the Clippers to their first ever Western Conference Finals.
Okay, I feel you on that. He had the little black shit on his arm. I get it. I'm just saying, like, other than that, what has he done?
Because I think the problem is this is what I think we do.
Playoff P.
And the problem that we
call ourselves playoff P.
We don't keep players at their level. We be like, what did LeBron do? What did Jordan do? If you're comparing everybody to the best, of course they don't look good because
I'm comparing him to playoff P. He said he was playoff P. He said this about himself, not me.
Who do you think is better, Vince Carter or Paul George?
Vince Carter.
Paul George.
Ooh.
Paul George.
That was an immediate split. Let me get some supporting facts.
Well,
I need to hear this.
I think that Paul George is just more complete of a basketball player. Like Vince Carter was cool to jump out the gym, you know what I mean, and like he developed that 3-point shot late in his career. But when you add the defense into it, and like I said, Paul George was basically a 6'10" point guard for most of his career.
For the most part, but you got the fact that Vince Carter came into the league as a phenomenon. Like we know for a fact
because he could dunk.
True, but again,
because he was a great basketball player.
He was a really good basketball player. He went
was
to
a
the
really
finals
good
with the
basketball
Nets.
player that could jump.
He's a conference finals with the Raptors, first time ever.
Okay,
the Nets, first time ever. Again, this is Vince Carter. We're not talking about like
I know. I love Vince Carter.
Like Vince Carter really is that? He's a Hall of Fame.
The thing I don't like about Vince Carter is that he went to North
jersey
Carolina.
retired. Me too, same year. But I'm
That's
just saying, like
I don't like about him. But
Vince Carter's a way better player than Paul George. Paul George had a small, capsulated little error with the Pacers. Other than that, what has he done?
Isn't Vince Carter top 75?
He is. No. He should be.
No, because he wasn't even better than his cousin.
Tracy?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm dead.
I'm going. Hold on. The same guy you say now never got out of where?
Out of the first round.
All right then. So what we talking about then? Vince went to the finals.
We're talking about a team.
The conference finals. Vince is way better than Jason McGrady.
About a team game.
All I'm saying, Tracy playing great teams.
He played with, who did he lose to?
He played with Yao Ming. He played with Patty.
Let's look at who he lost to. We got to
pull it up. All I'm saying is that he played with great guys. Who did Vince play with?
He played with Yao for like what, 2 years maybe?
Mutombo?
You know,
Aaron Brooks,
like those Orlando teams.
They had a squad.
Right.
Pat Garrity?
You didn't told me in confidence. I'm gonna tell your secret. You didn't told me in confidence that you were a Daryl Armstrong fan.
I am a Daryl Armstrong fan.
In Orlando, Daryl Armstrong was about the best player that T-Mac played with.
And I like Pat Garrity too.
No, I ain't giving you Pat Garrity.
I like Pat Garrity too.
Pat Garrity.
I like Pat Garrity too for sure.
You gonna get what you gonna say next? Michael Doliak?
I did like Michael Doliak too.
Listen to these names.
They were solid NBA, bro. Daryl Armstrong, my nigga, though. Bro, y'all have no clue. I used to have Daryl Armstrong posters right beside Penny Jordan in my room.
I always wanted an alternate.
And Mookie Blaylock.
I always wanted an alternate world where it was Kobe and Shaq against Tim and Vince.
That'd be crazy.
I wanted that
world.
Sure,
like I still got you.
Well, I think Vince is better than Tracy. I think Tracy proved himself as being a really good scorer, but again, he falls in that same line of just never getting the first round.
No,
I can't put a guy right there.
I can't ignore. That's definitely a black eye.
Vince Carter just dunked on niggas in the USA game. Like, bro, come on.
That's what I'm saying. Everything you talking about is a dunk.
It is. But Vince
Carter ain't no damn
he became a shooter later in his career.
He ain't no Dominique Wilkins.
He not.
But I think Paul George before the leg injury.
Yes, before the leg injury.
I think he was on his way to being a top 5 player in the league.
I do agree.
And even after he broke his leg, he was probably still top 20 for a lot of years.
I agree. I just don't like his attitude. I don't like the fact that he just kind of like rested on the fact that, I'm gonna leave LeBron. He's still getting like the Shea trade just showed y'all probably the worst trade in NBA history. They traded their whole fucking
But
farm.
why was that trade made?
Who knows?
Because Kawhi wanted Paul George.
Well, Kawhi's a dumbass.
That was Kawhi's doing.
Kawhi's been shown to be a dumbass. He left that Raptors team. Should have stayed with.
Yeah, that is.
Time when New Jersey was cooking that shit up, you should have
That
stayed
team
with
was
him.
going to win another title.
Easily.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Clay
could've
was
added another
good again. Durant was gone.
Come on, man.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I always say that LeBron is the only guy that can be a player and a GM. Cause that Kawhi shit, somebody should have told him no, bro. Like, nah, we not doing that.
We're not doing Paul George, bro.
We're not doing Paul
LeBron ain't
George.
no damn GM either.
Nah, I mean,
he played with them niggas though. He was really good when he played with them niggas. It's like, how can you not see he can't play?
I'm just saying that with LeBron being a GM, he at least he put his teams together and gets it done. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's not what happened. Like LeBron's teams got it done because that's how good LeBron was.
What
I
team
mean, he
LeBron
had
put
nothing
together?
to do with the like. You ain't gonna sit up here and tell me that the Cavs was winning because they went and got Channing Frye.
I mean, if he was a good locker room guy, yeah.
I'm asking you, what team did LeBron put together?
The Heatles.
The Heat, I feel like he played a huge part in it.
And he said out of his own mouth that they didn't have enough.
Type shit.
They were not a super team.
Hey, he went and got Anthony Davis, right? They won the title.
Yeah, got AD. He
So
brought
y'all
it. He
admit
definitely.
now. So y'all admit he would've got AD. Y'all admit that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
he went and got Luka this
sure.
year too.
I'm just making sure we're on the
He
same
went and
page.
got Luka this year too.
I agree with you. I'm happy y'all are seeing the light.
I'm gonna give you another. I'm gonna give you another bad player GM. That man Giannis.
Jordan.
What the fuck are you thinking, bro?
What Giannis do?
Bro, this man traded away Middleton and Drew Holiday, bro.
Bro, okay, Drew
And he got
Holiday
rid of
out.
Adrian Griffin.
Chris Middleton barely walking these days, man.
And Adrian Griffin.
Yeah, that was fucked up because he was the one that wanted Adrian Griffin in the first
Yeah,
place.
that was fucked up. But again, I thought I was Dame though, y'all. I'm telling y'all. You know the system was what's called him.
Terry Stotts.
Terry Stotts. He's been the Blazers coach. So yeah, I think that was more Dame than anybody, not Giannis.
Yeah.
Terry Stotts was kind of coming in. He want to try to get a job and shit. Nigga, you were living off Dame legacy. Nigga, you ain't really do shit.
I mean, hopefully Giannis ain't the one that wanted Kyle Kuzma.
I hope
Man, I think he was, bro.
Man, nah, I penalize for putting the Nats on the team. Get my
All right,
brother,
fellas,
man. My brother really can.
I swear I'm gonna punch Chet Holmgren in his face if I ever see him do this fake ass jab step and all this shit. Like, get your big ass to the basket.
Bro, do you think that it's even a discussion if him and Wemby are on the same level, bro?
No.
Hell no.
Yeah, bro.
No.
Hell no.
Fuck no.
I think that they were at one point, but I think that Wemby easily lapped that.
Yeah. Because if Wemby was on this OKC team, we wouldn't even be talking about who's the favorite.
Bro, I don't think either one of these teams done missed a shot in the last 2 minutes.
Awesome.
All right, fellas, we're going to end it off with this jump right here with the discussion right here, man. Here we go.
Jalen Brunson would never, ever wake up in the morning and be better than Carmelo Anthony. Nothing can ever happen where Jalen Brunson can wake up and be better than Melo. What does Carmelo do that Brunson doesn't do? Like, what's the how you determine your name?
Better than who? Carmelo Anthony?
No, this is
Yeah.
right now. This is for real. I'm dead ass.
That nigga might be better at winning. I ain't gonna lie.
Before you get to that argument, they're saying like if they win the ring, their accomplishments will be like the best of like all the people that have played for that franchise. Not that they're accomplishments as a player. There's no debate about that. If they win the championship, yes, they're accomplished. Now we back to New
But even as a Knick, though, I mean,
those are lies.
but even as a Knick, though, did Carmelo make the ECF?
No, he
No,
won
bro.
one playoff series the whole time he was there.
Carmelo might be more of a loser than Paul George.
Probably. Probably.
Yeah.
And I love Melo, but only with the Nuggets.
And then they lost together one time too.
And he won
So
a
he's
ring.
not even like an all-time player, but is Jalen Brunson already a better Knick than Carmelo Anthony?
Yes.
Yes.
That shit's sad as hell, bro.
There's two Knicks in front of Jalen Brunson right now. And he might be about to pass he might have passed one of them already. So I would say, like, you're talking maybe Ewing and and Clyde, Walt Clyde Frazier.
Walt Frazier, yeah, I'm thinking about Walt Frazier.
Yeah, those are the two. But I think
Willis Reed, maybe. Bernard
might
King.
have Pat Ewing now.
He might have caught Ewing already. I tell you, Patrick Ewing ain't shit. I said it yesterday.
But then again, like I said yesterday, Patrick Ewing, I don't know if Patrick Ewing ever had what we would classify as a good team. Like as far as like okay, so when Patrick Ewing played the Bulls, right? Because you're already saying that Patrick Ewing ain't shit. So obviously he was
doing in Georgetown.
No, I know, but I'm saying so he obviously didn't match up to Jordan. You know, when it comes to like the star on star.
No.
So they never had a team that should have even been challenging the Bulls.
I agree.
But they did.
How good was Patrick Ewing though, bro? Like, was he as good as David Robinson to y'all?
No, hell no. Hell no.
I think
David Robinson is one of the best centers of all time and never gets the credit ever.
I think Patrick Ewing is one of those players who is better than his detractors think, but worse than his supporters think.
100%. Great way to put it.
That was perfect.
Like he falls right in that middle. Like he's a very good player. Don't get me wrong.
But that team is built the same way Timberwolves are built. It's like if Patrick Ewing don't show up, then those guys they feed through Patrick Ewing. So it's like you miss free throws, you miss putbacks, you miss. You know, he never really dominated against Luke Longley or Bill Cartwright.
And he can't.
So is he more Big Ben or is he more Tony Romo?
He's more Tony Romo.
Yep, Tony Romo, 100.
Tony Romo. I mean,
Tony showed up a lot of games, and then he threw a lot of picks. Like when I try to compare Tony to Dak, I'm like, y'all niggas is crazy. You niggas are not No, Tony Romo let us down so many times. Now you people want to talk all fancy and shit. He threw picks, nigga. You like, what the fuck is he doing? We up by 2 touchdowns.
So even if you take away championships, right? Like take away championships, and then look at David Robinson. Look at Olajuwon, who were both in that same era.
Come on, dog.
And tell me that Pat ever looked like that.
Never. They had his shoulders against that nigga, way above him, in my opinion.
Like Tim Duncan probably passed Patrick Ewing in his second or third year.
Yep, agreed. Patrick Ewing is on a lower tier for our centers, in my opinion. You know why I take over Patrick Ewing?
Dwight Howard.
Definitely D12. I would take Tom Chambers.
Damn.
No bullshit.
I would give him Mark Eaton.
I would take Ronnie Cycli over my bullshit.
Okay.
Would you take Boogie Cousins over Pat Ewing?
Yes.
As far as overall skill and talent, yes, but probably not.
Would you take Joel Embiid?
Yes.
Over Pat Ewing?
Yes.
All
right, here we go. Into the first quarter.
I think Rick Smith over motherfucking Patrick Ewing. I never thought Patrick Ewing was really good ever in my life.
Into the first quarter.
Never thought Patrick was that nigga.
37-30.
Even his shoes ugly as hell, son.
37-30. Okay.
Niggas try to rock them Jones. I'm like, them Jones was not cool. Them Jones was terrible, dog.
Don't sleep on the Ewings, gang.
Them Jones was fat as hell, dog. Them Jones fat ass Ewings.
SGA got 13 points on 5 of 6 from the
floor.
Did y'all
buy the Ewings though? Y'all bought the Patrick Ewings?
No, I ain't buying no Patrick Ewing.
I'm just asking.
No, Patrick Ewing is I don't know how to describe him, man. Like because he's not like a Rudy Gobert, you know what I mean?
Nah.
He's not like that.
He ain't that bad. No, hell no.
I'm definitely taking Patrick Ewing over Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, I think
yeah, for sure.
I think his knees just failed him.
That too. His knees failed. Like I said. Now Georgetown Patrick Ewing though. Oh, y'all ain't fucking with that nigga at all.
Yeah, Georgetown Patrick Ewing might be one of the best centers we've seen.
Ever. You dig? Ever, for sure. But
like I remember they blew the national title game just because Coach Thompson told him to go goaltend on like the first 4 or 5
what the fuck is you doing? Yeah. That shit smell like a what?
It sounded like coaching to me.
Sound like coaching to me.
That man said go out there and intimidate them by goaltending.
That sounds insane.
Like
that sounds dumb as fuck.
Intimidate him by knocking him on his ass or something.
Vegas made that call. Hey man.
No, Vegas made that call. Somebody made the call, Mike.
Go get a niggas a whole 10 points and beat in the game.
For real though, who could you conceivably, as a Knick, who could you realistically put above Jalen Brunson right now? Besides Clyde, I guess.
I like Bernard King.
Okay.
I I like Allen Houston above Jalen Brunson right now.
I don't know. Allen Houston had a squad too, though. They had Freewell and Larry
Allen
Johnson.
Houston was cold blooded though.
No, he was, but he wasn't even the best player on that team.
Freewell?
So he better than Marbury.
Yes.
He better than Freewell?
Yes. What you gonna tell me? Marbury the best Timberwolf too?
Nah,
chill, bro.
Hell nah.
Don't disrespect the Starbury.
Marbury ain't even the best New Jersey net.
I think Ant is definitely on the trajectory to be the best
Kendall
Timberwolf.
Gill?
Who?
Kerry Kittle?
Baylock?
Ant is definitely on the trajectory to be the best Timberwolf.
Yeah.
So
He definitely is. I mean, he's already made more conference finals than KG did.
Crazy.
Shout out to Malik Sealy, man. R.I.P.
You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Terrell Brandon?
What about him?
No, I'm just throwing names out there.
I thought you said rest in peace. I was like, what? Like,
No. Rest in peace, Malik Sealy.
Anthony Edwards has already made more Western Conference Finals than KG. But you know what I'm saying? But KG was also the original that put them on the map.
Yeah.
You know, their only MVP in team
In
history.
the battery. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, he was battling these Tim Duncans and people like Shaq and people like that. So
Also, that boy was straight out of high school.
And straight out of high school, yep.
And Ant battling SGA and LeBron and Luka.
Yeah, KD.
No, he battling old LeBron. And
He
old
battling
KD.
prime Luka.
You
Maybe
know
not
what I'm
even prime Luka yet.
I still think
Prime Luka ain't shit. He hasn't done anything, bro.
He made it
They
to
just made the finals last year.
He made the finals, but I'm just saying when we saying who he's taking out, we don't know the trajectory of his career, bro. Let's be real.
They beat the Wolves in 5 last year.
I'm just saying when we talk about KD and LeBron, we can't talk about Luka, bro. We don't know what the hell that man gonna do. He ain't even won an MVP yet. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the fuck he gonna do. I'm not giving that man no credit until he show me.
Trust me, they gonna give Luka MVP before it's said and done.
I respect that, Lock. I respect that.
Especially now that he in LA, Luka getting the MVP.
Talking that shit, man. Yes, sir.
I'm about to say we already know the history of the Great White Hope. You feel me? So he gonna have to show us, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All I know is I know Dennis Rodman and Isaiah Thomas was talking about Great White Hope, and then that Great White Hope went and won three MVPs in a row.
Hey, do that. Yeah, do that. And then I could say, yeah, do that.
Nah, Luka's they're gonna like being that he's a Laker now, they're gonna give him an MVP the first chance they get.
They need to give him an Ozempic shot.
Hey, that man they've been posting with his wife been cooking, man. He eating good now.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I don't even care, bro. I don't really care how your body looks, just as long as you can still be explosive, bro. And he's just not in. You know what I mean?
You said it before, like he ain't got the effort though.
Well, I think some people just not explosive no matter what they do. Like Luka's just not explosive no matter what.
He was.
Bro, that man was explosive first 2 seasons, bro.
He wasn't supposed to though.
That man was dunking 2 hands on fast breaks.
Yeah, he was though. But it's the effort though. He ain't trying. He ain't really trying to give it up. He ain't down on the floor. He want to cry and shit like a little
years
bitch.
before he came to the NBA, them legs was washed already.
He probably been playing for like 9 years professionally though. That shit crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, shit, bro. That's what. But hey, look, that's all I'm saying. We don't know the trajectory of his NBA career, bro. I ain't gonna give him. I ain't naming him up there with KD and Bron yet. When we talk about who Ant-Man taking out, you know what I mean? All right. KD, old Bron, and Luka. That's a question mark. He facing Luka.
If Luka averages anything less than 27 in the next 6 years, I'd be surprised.
I agree. This era is soft as hell.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's part of it too. But I'm just saying.
I mean, the regular season, they gonna call it differently than the playoffs, bro. They definitely gonna give them that whistle.
But it's the same thing, right? But hold up, but it's the same thing, right? You doing that thing because Anthony Edwards made 2 Western Conference Finals. Luka made a Western Conference Finals and an NBA Finals.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not big on Ant though. That's not my guy, bro. You feel me?
Talk to me about Ant. What's up, man?
Hey, nah, he's definitely making me proud of the hunger that he shows me every night. So at the beginning of the season, I was kind of, taken aback that people were saying that he was a face of the league and all that. I'm like, nah, you got to earn that spot. And I feel like, regardless if he says that he wants it or not, he's earning it right now. So I can't do nothing but respect it. I like him. I like him, but I'm just not with I'm not following the media trends of giving players all these little titles and stuff too early.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I gotta see it first.
I don't know, man. Like Ant is like I don't know. Like
Bro,
I
that
said
man.
earlier.
Let's be real, bro. He damn sure don't be showing up every night, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
Do
Still,
you think that Ant is better than SGA?
no, not right now. Not right now. Just because I mean, you gotta respect the MVP, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
No, forget the MVP. I'm just talking about watching them play basketball.
Player to player. I mean, it's two different positions. Two different positions.
I'm gonna go with Ant. If I had to pick.
I'm gonna go with Ant because he can defend more players because he's bigger. But you know, like I said, they two different positions, so it's kind of, you know, it's like what does my team need if I was picking a team, like what does my team need? You know,
It's hard to compare for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think that SGA's game is more polished for sure, 1000%. When it's time for him to get a bucket, he does not need the whistle. Like, you feel me? He can really get to a shot that he gonna make. I feel like Ant, he don't know whether he want to shoot a fadeaway, he want to shoot a three, he want to get to the cup. He ain't really learned what he want to do yet.
He got to get to a point where he gets to the spots.
Exactly. Just pick what you want to do, bro.
Once he adopted that Kobe and that Jordan era,
All right,
I used to watch them niggas get
question.
surgical, bro.
Here's a
I'm gonna
different
get to my
question.
spot, nigga. You're not stopping this shit, nigga.
Here's a different question that'll make Cups proud. How good is LaMelo Ball?
I think he's special.
I think he got to learn how to win.
That too, and stay healthy.
Win and stay healthy. That's two big things, Mike. That's so big.
You right. No, be on the
Goodness
court.
gracious.
And then learn how to win. You 100%
Do you
right.
think that he has the potential to be a top 10 player in the league?
That's tough. It's a lot of talent in the league right now.
I know.
Bunch of African niggas. Pause.
I don't know about top 10, bro. Right now, he just gonna have to show me that he can be better than Cade Cunningham. That's what he gonna have to show me.
Oh, get him cups. Get him cups.
I mean, Detroit made the playoffs, bro. I can't, you know what I'm saying?
But that man Cade Cunningham really be playing defense, bro.
Oh, come on, Cups. I'm disappointed in you. You were supposed to bring the fuckery right there.
Hey, bro, you are, bro. Like I said, bro, when it is what it is, it is what it is, bro.
Can LaMelo Ball be better than Trae Young?
He a traffic cone just like Luka traffic cone.
Can LaMelo Ball be better than Trae Young?
I think we all expect LaMelo Ball to be better than both of those players. That's what we expect. But like I said, I gotta see it. You gotta show me. You gotta show me, bro. I love LaMelo.
This nigga Randall got 2 points though, bro. They wild.
Yeah, goddamn. I'm like I've been saying. Once either the gang gets some help or they free the gang, he's the one that's gonna. I'm telling y'all, he the one that's gonna show y'all really like, damn, we really been sleeping on this nigga for 10 years, bro.
Nah, bro. I feel like we all want to see LaMelo win. We all rock with all the Ball brothers, bro. You know what I'm saying? We want to see them win, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
I'm talking about Ice.
I fuck a big baller brand for
Fuck
sure.
Lonzo.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about Ice. Once Ice gets some help.
Shipped off the motherfucking the Mavs.
Fuck Lonzo, you know what I'm saying? We team De'Aaron Fox over here.
Okay, respect.
Taking it back to college.
We gonna see what he do with the Spurs though. He doing last year though. Oh,
he got hurt
again. I just said.
Well, no, he had a thumb injury before he even came to the Spurs.
Yeah. I want to see what he's gonna do next year.
Hey, the Spurs gonna be like the 5 seed next year.
We'll see. When we get rid of the blood clots, or
so they about to go get Dylan Harper. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be lit down here in the Alamo.
Look, I'm trying to go to a game. What we doing?
What we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, don't ask me. I show up.
You know what I'm saying? What we doing? I'm trying to go. Hey,
I show up. Goddamn it, that's what I do. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up and show out.
No, it is gonna be funny though, because I don't know what the Spurs doing, to be honest with you. Because I mean, I like Dylan Harper too, but I'm like, if you got a chance to get Giannis, you take Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm in the same vein as you. Like, nigga, I ain't playing around with that. No, to me, Giannis is like the best nigga in the league, in my opinion. Like, we talk about everybody, bro. Giannis is my favorite. When Giannis on TV, I'm watching that shit. I'm tuning in. I don't get it.
Bro, that man Giannis,
bro. It's to one. One attribute I love about basketball players is tenacity. Like, I want to see the tenacity. I want to see the will to win.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
I want to see how much you want to win. That's why Paul George type niggas, I don't fuck with the type of niggas. Them niggas.
Nah, bro. He don't give a fuck about that shit.
Them niggas don't want to fight. Them niggas pussy. I don't respect niggas like that. I grew up fighting. I grew up motherfucking trying to just. I want to be the king of this shit, and I want to tell you about I'm the king of this shit. You're
straight up.
Want to be Frank Lucas, bro?
I'm gonna say, yo, I'm the best, and I want to prove everybody I'm the best.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
You good?
Shit.
Yo,
you there?
Lock.
I thought he was about to hit us with something.
I'm waiting on it. I felt either coming through.
We got you, Lock.
What if the Bucks could swing LaMelo Ball?
Yeah, you're talking that shit now. But for who though?
I don't know. I don't know.
Again, they got free agents. They got you got Lopez leaving, Porter's leaving, and you got Gary Harris Jr. Not Gary Harris, excuse me.
Gary Trent.
Gary Trent, yeah.
Gary Trent leaving. So it's like,
go ahead and forget the Blue Devils, bro.
Ship off. Shout out to the Duke Blue Devils too. A bunch of Blue Devils in the league.
You know, there's a team that could be in these Giannis sweepstakes that we haven't talked about yet.
Ooh. Break the news, goddammit.
Because, you know, we've been talking about Houston and San Antonio.
Yeah.
Mike brought up Memphis.
I did. You brought up the Nets. Let's go.
I ain't heard nobody say the Toronto Raptors.
What he gonna do in the 6?
Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett.
It's enough.
Is it?
You can sell them.
Or not even if you don't want Barrett, you can go get Emmanuel quickly.
Yeah.
Grady will probably be the best shooter you ever played with.
You can sell it. You can sell it, bro.
And then you got BI, so you'll have Giannis BI.
Sheesh.
You know what I'm saying? One of Quickly or Barrett, one of those two. I would say Quickly because I don't think you want Barrett. And you got Jakob Poeltl at center.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got some guys off the bench that I like a lot. Why not? And you got Masai as the GM.
Masai Ujiri. We'll see.
Why not? Why can't Giannis go to Toronto?
Yeah, I'm with it.
I don't know. What you got for us, Locke? I thought you was about to give us something.
Did we lose him again?
Yep.
I think so.
Man, we about to. Oh, here you go. Hold on.
Good.
All right, we got you, Locke.
God damn! Every single time I try to ask the bitch.
Hey,
great.
Like
Y'all
that,
can hear
dog.
me?
You fighting, dog. You fighting.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Cups keep you alive. You good. You good.
Oh shit!
Damn, man, we about
If you
to
got
just
the
go
second
ahead.
pick like the Spurs, do you trade for Giannis or do you draft Dylan Harper based off the squad that they have?
You said I'm going Giannis.
We going Giannis. I think it's malpractice if you don't take Giannis.
Me too. I think you're crazy as hell if you don't take Giannis, dog.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Giannis is transcendent in my opinion.
And I think Dylan Harper's going to be really good.
Yeah.
So you giving up that
exactly
that second pick for sure?
Hell yeah. Get that shit up. For Wemby, you already got Wemby there. Now Wemby wasn't there, I'd be like, but you got Wemby and Giannis together.
If I'm the Spurs,
And De'Aaron Fox is like,
Will Fox though.
If I'm the Spurs,
sheesh.
If I'm the Spurs, you could get that number 2, and we starting the conversation with anybody but De'Aaron Fox, Steph Castle, or Wemby.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like now, if you want Castle,
you
might back me into a corner if you really want Castle, but I'm gonna try not to give up Castle.
You give another pick. You can take the number 3 first-round picks. Go ahead and roll with that shit.
Yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it. And if I'm Houston, you could get Reed Shepherd.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? You could get my number 10. You could get Jabari Smith
or Jalen Green. I don't think they want Jalen Green no more.
You could get one of Dylan Brooks or Van Vliet.
I'm telling you. And I'm telling you, I think that shit gonna really happen. I don't think Jalen Green fits in Houston's future anymore.
Oh, I think if Houston had the number 2 and like if they were reversed and the Spurs had 10,
yeah,
I think we would already heard the framework of the trade already. Because I could understand to a lesser degree the Spurs being like, we're in a certain timeline, but I just say fuck that timeline. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go get the title.
Yeah, real talk. With Giannis, you automatically up there.
Because OKC going to be here for a minute.
They are. They ain't going nowhere.
And ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Like, you know what I mean? What else you got to worry about out there?
They signed Nas Reed. Everybody on the contract.
Yeah, Steph and Jimmy Butler a year older.
Yeah,
like,
I'm cool. I'm not worried about no fucking
Clippers
Steph.
another year older. Jokic still ain't got no help.
Nope. Well, the team probably get worse next year, I think.
Yeah, because I think they got to move something.
Yeah,
if I'm Denver, and I know Nuggets fans probably don't want to hear this, but if I'm Denver, I'm taking calls for Jamal Murray.
Me too.
For sure.
Immediately.
That last year.
There you go, Cubs. I'll show when the iron was hot. I said, nah, I'm should be out right now. I'm doing the Belichick shit. I want to make sure when the value is there at its highest, you're gonna ship you on out of here, dogs. I would have kept Cut. What's the nigga from Bones Island? I would have caught. I would have kept.
Well, they said he was a locker room dude, though. Like,
shit,
you know what I'm saying? They said he was the cancer in the locker room.
Man, fuck that. That nigga play ball, nigga. Shit. For the coach beside him, like, yeah, man, go coach that young nigga up, man. You know what I'm saying? These young niggas need some ism and some training to get better. What they got to, get done. They ain't one of them. They ain't what. Like, how you let a young nigga be a cancer in your locker room? That sounds insane. With DeAndre Jordan there, like, nigga,
it sounded like he just came in there challenging somebody. Like,
exactly.
He came in there and told Jamal, like, you on notice. I want your spot.
There you go. I like that type of shit. That's why I love the fact that you want to go back to the Cowboys real quick. Shotty, he's coming into our Cowboy hemisphere and saying, look, I want guys to compete. I want guys to really, really prove their spot. Nigga, I want you to go in there and show you want to be the number one guy. Not because I picked you at number 12, you the guy. Nah, go in there and prove that shit.
Straight up.
And I respect your Pickens looking good in OTAs right now. He's doing his thing.
Oh yeah, look, I'm telling you, both players going for 1,000 yards.
You called it.
OKC up 5 with 5:20 left in the first half.
Yeah.
And with that being said, fellas, we done reached that goddamn hour and 48-minute mark in this here goddamn Monday smoke meeting. You already know I'm Styrofoam Rob. This has been Cups in the Gang live from the motherfucking hot box. You already know I had the gang with me one half of Sports Reports as ordered 2-5. Mike Will representing live in the motherfucking building. And you already know he goes by many names, but we call him the one Mike, DJ, Mike P, Cowboy Mike, Dallas Mike, Dakota Mike, representing live on the ones and twos. Throw the motherfucking foes up. You can catch us in the hot box every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Catch us again in a couple of days for the Thursday smoke rally. Man, we love y'all so much. Rolling the windows down. We letting the smoke out, man. But above all else, fuck Aaron Rodgers, fuck Kevin Durant, and fuck Rudy Gobert, man.
Fuck Rudy Gobert, man.
You know what I'm saying?
All the time. And while we at it, and we being real, and this is shout out to my guy, Mr. Logical.
We adding.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck Sean Payton.
Fuck Sean Payton.
Yeah, Sean Payton?
Fuck Sean Payton.
That man was supposed to get more out of Drew Brees than he got.
One ring.
Hell yeah. And it's still bow time, but fuck Sean Payton. And you already know how I feel about the Boilermaker, so definitely fuck Sean Payton.
It's still bow time for sure. But look, though.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll
catch us again for the Sunday smoke. For the Thursday smoke rally, man. Smoke with us next time.
Go Demon Deacons.